Good morning, beautiful people. It's Mama Goob, back with the talk on the gastric band surgery and why I feel like it's just as useful as hot garbage. Yep, Mama Goob is cutting to the chase this morning. This video was inspired by one of my loved ones, and you know who you are, informing me that they have decided to get weight loss surgery, but it would be the gastric band. And I'm like, no! I shall explain why. As always, this is just my opinion. I'm not a doctor, a lawyer, or even a financial advisor. I come at this as a 40-something mom who's been morbidly obese, had surgery, which changed my life. Everyone needs to decide the best way for them to live their life. I just want to offer my perspective as someone who's done the research and lived with my decision. If you find yourself in the position which you've made the decision with the doctor that some form of bariatric surgery would improve your health, or at least the surgery's benefits of potentially saving your life outweighs the risk of surgery, you ought to think twice before choosing the gastric band or lap band, which is the most common brand name, as the procedure of your choice. Why? Oh, so glad you asked. It's because out of all the bariatric surgery options, the band is potentially the most risky while being the least effective. And why would you want to go through all that for just minimal results? The most well-known laparoscopic adjustable gastric band, which is the lap band, received FDA approval in 2001. The surgeon puts an adjustable band around the top part of the stomach. This creates a very small pouch, which means that you'll feel full after eating less food and theoretically lose weight. The band also has tubing with a port that just rests right under the skin, so the surgeon can fill or remove saline from the band to adjust its tightness. The gastric band is strictly a restrictive surgery, as opposed to restrictive and hunger hormone reducing, like the sleeve gastrectomy, and restrictive, hunger hormone reducing, and malabsorption surgery, like the gastric bypass. While the gastric band seems like it would be the superior surgery, as it is reversible and adjustable and less intrusive than the vertical sleeve and the gastric bypass, it really isn't at all, and not many doctors perform the procedure nowadays. An article in WebMD stated that currently gastric bands only make up around 1% of all bariatric surgeries performed, where they used to make up to 35% of all of the surgeries performed in 2011. Although all bariatric surgeries have their risks, the gastric band seems to have more risks, as the gastric band is a foreign body placed inside the body, which can sometimes actually cause more issues than just removing a portion of the stomach. Some of the complications specifically related to the band are slippage or displacement of the band, erosion of the band into the stomach due to it being too tight or for no reason at all, and infections at the tubing and at the port. Another non-widely discussed issue with the band is that you'll be seemingly married to your surgeon, as you will need to go regularly to this person for adjustments, which would be difficult if you decide to move. And you may have a hard time finding a new surgeon in case you want to have it removed, as many surgeons are apprehensive to deal with the work of another surgeon. The gastric band was also found to be the least effective at weight loss, leading to a 14% of total body weight lost in the first year and 12% after the 5 years, as compared to the sleeve gastrectomy, which has an average weight loss of 25% in total body weight within the first year and 19% of total body weight lost after 5 years. So we can see a clear winner here, which is the gastric bypass, with the gastric sleeve coming in at a close second. The worst part about the gastric band, in my opinion, is that you may eventually have to get it removed and replaced with another type of weight loss surgery, which means more hoops to jump through, having to go through another surgery, another large doctor bill, and maybe even you feel bad, like somehow you failed because you gained all your weight back and had to get an additional weight loss surgery. Sleeve gastrectomy and gastric bypass revisions are sometimes needed, but that only happens in about 2 or 3% of the surgeries performed. Now, the band isn't all bad. It still does have FDA approval, and there are some people who, for whatever reason, can't get other bariatric surgeries. If that's the case, I fully applaud the person for doing something to improve their health. Also, there are people that are successful with the gastric band procedure and manage to use the band to teach them how to eat healthier. This was the case for Sharon Osbourne. She had the band for 7 years, then she had it removed as she felt she learned how to control her eating habits without it. And she's kept the weight off. Ultimately, the decision to have weight loss surgery and which type to get has to be a discussion between you and your doctor. You should not be afraid to ask any questions and let your doctor know what health outcomes you are looking to get from weight loss surgery. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you learned something. Have a good one and talk to you next time. Yep, Mama Goob is cutting right to the chase this morning. Oh, Bell Bell.